Welcome to this explainer on week 1, day 2 of composition. If you've ever stared at a blank page and felt that wave of panic set in, well, we've all been there. Today is all about that pivotal moment where we leave the anxiety of messy, passive brainstorming behind and forge a highly actionable structural plan. We are going to build a bridge straight from your initial thoughts to a structured, rigorous outline.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll cover the compass of your essay, crafting a debatable claim, refining the working thesis, the architecture of outlining, mastering visual hierarchy, and finally, your roadmap for composition. Let's get right into it.
Section 1. The compass of your essay, navigating the forest of ideas.
Educational creator Ariel Bissett hits the nail on the head here. She says, imagine you've just been plopped right in front of a sprawling forest. Your thesis statement is the compass. Think about it. You wouldn't just wander blindly into the dense woods without a compass, right? So you absolutely shouldn't wander into an academic essay without a thesis. It literally keeps you from getting lost in the weeds of your own research.
So what actually is a thesis statement? Formally, it's a declarative sentence, usually parked right at the end of your intro paragraph that expresses your main arguable point. And notice I said declarative. It is not a question. This compass is your anchor. It forces you away from random tangents by providing a central claim that you absolutely must back up with concrete evidence.
Moving on to Section 2, crafting a debatable claim, moving beyond simple facts. There is a massive difference between a simple observation and a true academic argument. If your claim is just, pollution is bad for the environment, your audience is going to shrug and say, yeah, obviously. It's like stating windows are made of glass. There's zero tension there. But if you pivot and argue that at least 25% of the federal budget should focus on limiting pollution, now you've got a debatable claim. Reasonable people could completely disagree with you. That tension is exactly what gives an essay its entire purpose.
To help generate that crucial tension, your argument is generally going to fall into one of 4 buckets. Is it a claim of fact or definition, like is this a settled fact? A claim of cause and effect, did X cause Y? A claim about value, is this actually a serious problem? Or a claim about solutions or policies, what should we literally do about it? Figure out your bucket early on, and you are golden.
All right, Section 3, refining the working thesis, the evolution of an idea. Here's a huge secret. The perfect thesis almost never happens on the first try. It evolves. It's a working thesis. Check out this progression. You start broad with a topic, like TV commercials. Then pose a research question. Do sponsors have an agenda? Answer it. Yes, they do. But hold on, that's still way too vague. Let's get specific. Fast food sponsors push unhealthy agendas during long movie marathons. Boom. See how we went from a vague, broad topic to a razor-sharp, highly specific claim? Now, if you are staring at your screen and feeling completely blocked, try this incredibly simple hack. Literally type out the words, in this essay, I will be arguing that, and just fill in the blank. I know it sounds a little clunky, but it practically forces your brain out of summary mode and straight into argumentative mode. It establishes a rock-solid foundation that you can always go back and polish up later to sound more academic.
Okay, so you've got your compass, you know your direction, but where's your map? With a strong, debatable thesis set as your compass, how do you logically organize the actual journey of the essay before you start drafting?
That brings us directly to Section 4, the architecture of outlining, blueprinting your essay.
Enter alphanumeric outlining. Now, this isn't just some random, arbitrary list of symbols. It is a highly structured, strict visual system. By using Roman numerals, capital letters, Arabic numerals, and lowercase letters, you are literally mapping your specific evidence directly back to your main thesis. It lets you see the entire skeleton of your argument before writing a single paragraph.
And this skeleton usually looks a lot like the classic 5-paragraph model. You've got Roman numeral 1, your introduction with your hook, background, and that all-important thesis. Then numerals 2, 3, and 4 are your body paragraphs, each kicked off by a topic sentence that links right back to the thesis, followed by evidence and analysis. Finally, Roman numeral 5 is your conclusion. Almost all academic essays can adapt this foundational skeleton to keep everything flowing logically.
Section 5. Mastering visual hierarchy, weighing your evidence logically. Let's talk about the visual mechanics here, because the indentation is actually the secret sauce. The Roman numeral is your main claim. You indent to the capital letter for the topic sentence, indent again for specific evidence, and one more time for your analysis. This nested hierarchy is basically a lie detector for your logic. If you've got a piece of evidence floating out there as a number 1, but no indented lowercase a underneath to explain it, well, your visual blueprint just flagged a major gap where your analytical core is missing.
And here is a pro tip for keeping things clean: the rule of parallelism. Look at the difference between the two approaches here. On the parallel side, every single main point kicks off with a present tense verb: choose, provide, discuss. On the non-parallel side, it's a total grammatical mix-up. Matching your grammatical structure creates immediate readability and cohesion right from the planning phase.
A truly masterful outline also balances coordination and subordination. Coordination means those main headings, the Roman numerals, all hold equal weight and importance in your argument. Subordination means that as you indent deeper into the subheadings, you're drilling down from broad, general concepts into super specific details. Combining the two gives you a rigorously balanced roadmap.
Finally, Section 6, your roadmap for composition, flexibility in the plan.
Here's the biggest takeaway of the day. Writing is a dynamic process. Your outline and your working thesis, they're flexible tools. A lot of writers freeze up because they treat their outline like a legally binding contract. It's not. If you're drafting and your evidence suddenly points you in a new, nuanced direction, do not panic. Adjust your thesis. Shift the outline. These tools are meant to serve your argument, not trap it. If the terrain changes, you just adjust the compass.
So, as we wrap up our explainer on Week 1, Day 2, I want to leave you with this question. Will you let your ideas wander aimlessly in the forest, or will you build a rigorous roadmap to lead them out? The next time you're facing down that intimidating blank screen, grab your thesis as your compass, map it out with an alphanumeric outline, and just watch how much smoother the composition journey becomes. Thanks for tuning in.